So hey what's up guys, Riotbox here and welcome to a brand new episode of the MotoGP 19 career mode. We are here for the second round of our MotoGP season 3, where we're going to be heading out to the Argentine Grand Prix. Second round of the season, as I say. Going to get into FP1, qualifying 2, hopefully straight there. We did well in qualifying at Qatar, but then the race it fell to pieces, so hopefully here at this race we can do a lot better. We're going to have another 25% race at Argentina, so we're going to do some development tests and then we will do some qualifying and then hopefully get ourselves some points. Don't want to have too many races without points here in our MotoGP. Right then, development test, what we're going to do, I'm going to do the distance analysis, so the affinity test. So let's see how we get on. So 140 flat for our first time. It's within the threshold. We're at 9/10 underneath the threshold, but we're running deep into turn 1 again. Where am I going? This is going to lose us a whole load of track affinity. Come on, we need to keep at least that low track affinity over the course of this lap if we want to get any development points, or else these 2 laps would have gone to waste. But there's Johan Zarco on that Red Bull KTM. Be interesting to see if that bike can develop into something decent this season. But they got a quick enough rider to be able to do something. We're 10th off of our first lap time so far. Here we go then, and we're just within this threshold. I can't afford to lose any more from the track affinity. We're on a quick enough lap. I think we're going about a second quicker than our previous lap time, so hopefully we can get straight into Q2 again. Coming across the line. Yes, there we go, low track affinity, I'll take that. So we're going to do the same again. I'm not going to do a race analysis, a race distance test, but I'll just do a straight up qualifying simulation. So I'm going to mount the recommended tyres. Oh no, this time, there we go. Mount the tyres for the quick lap simulation. 39.3 is what we need to get, so hopefully we can get somewhere near that, that lap time. So let's see how we get on. Well, our previous lap was more than enough to get under the time, so let's see if we can do it. Here we go then, around the final few corners. This lap has felt quick. Dovi went quicker with a 38.9 just during our lap, so is it going to knock our time down? We get 20 points, so in total 30 development points, so after this round we'll be able to get a new upgrade on the bike. I'm not sure what sort of upgrades I want to go for, but that should be quick enough for us just to head straight into the qualifying session. So let's skip to Q1. So we go quickest overall by about 0.4 of a second. Everyone's going to improve those times obviously over the next few sessions. So qualifying, here we go. We made it straight into Q2. No one could touch our time. I will take that. Espargaro's come up again, as well as Nakagami. So, are we going to be on for pole position here today? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we're going to redeem ourselves from Qatar. Qatar's always a bit of a weird one. Hit and miss for me in these games, but Argentina consistently quick. So I'll be looking for, hopefully, the team objective of the top 10. So we're going to get straight out on the track. Put on some fresh tyres. Fresh bit of rubber, and then hopefully we can get ourselves into the top 10 at least, whereas last time we started 12th. So let's see how we get on though. I'm looking forward to this Argentina Grand Prix. Here we go then, coming around the final 2 corners. Crutchlow's just up ahead. We've been following him around for the last little bit of this lap, and he's winding up for his qualifying lap, but we're coming to the end of our qualifying lap. Is it enough? Oh, run it very wide there, 38.5. You know what? That's probably enough. That is probably enough. I don't think we'll go much quicker than that. 4th place. Look at that. That is good. We're right up there with the pace. This time Argentina. I told you Argentina was a lot more of a solid Grand Prix for us. We're, what, half a second quicker, 0.4 of a second quicker than our teammates. So I'll take that. Alex Rins is on fire this season. So, hopefully then, this time we won't get too much of a poor start for this Grand Prix. Change the tyres. What are we going to go for? Medium. Well, the game recommended medium hard for the race. So I'm going to do that. We did wear up the rear a little bit too much at Qatar, but a medium on the front should help us out. So taking a look at Dovi again, he looks pretty sick in this game. And there we go, the Doctor. Soaking up the atmosphere. He's going to be wanting a good result here. He's on the front row, 3rd place. Same front row as Qatar then, just we've made our way up the field a little bit. So let's see what we can do then. We got a fantastic start there, but I just know the wheelies are going to kick in and it's going to be an absolute nightmare. But let's see then, what can we do? Lights are about to go out. I'm trying to get a decent start here at the Argentina Grand Prix. I'm going to hold it at about 75% throttle. That didn't work at all. We're being swamped and Nakagami smashes into us. We've dropped to P14. Drop about 10 positions because we can't get a decent start. I mean, it's the curse of the wheelie. It's following us up into the GP class, and we're sneaking our way back up through the grid in front of Crutchlow, trying to be aggressive. It's very... Oh! What happened to Espargaro behind? Oh my god, we make contact with Crutchlow. It's very, very intimidating. Very intimidating, these MotoGP starts on this game. It never used to be. Until we get confident in this class, we're going to have a lot of work to do. So, good qualifying sessions, but the Aprilia struggles, for me at least, with race pace. So, especially on the brakes, Marquez is out wide a little bit. Nothing he could do on the outside of us. We lifted him up a little bit. You don't lift up Marquez lightly. 3/10 off of Cal Crutchlow then. Trying to go with him. Miller's quick. Miller is quick on that Pramac. And here's Marquez. Oh, it wasn't long before he's back onto the back of us. We're swooping around the outside of Crutchlow. It's going to become the inside line. And we actually get the overtake done. Marquez, where is he going? Marquez! What on earth has happened there? Marquez, what is he doing? Crutchlow's all over the back of us. So, let's take a replay. Marquez gaining on us. Shoves it up our inside. We hold it around the outside. Oh, very aggressive stuff from Marquez, riding on the limit, and then it all goes terribly wrong. What was he thinking? What on earth was Marquez thinking there, man? Absolutely crazy stuff from Marquez. I mean, what is he thinking? Take a look on board the bike. We were swooping around a little bit, and he just heads up the inside. Okay. Seeing it from a different angle. I mean, I'm not saying it's my fault, but maybe I put him off a little bit. We've got Crutchlow behind us now, so we're into P6. He took out Jack Miller. Miller had a fantastic start. Oh! Crutchlow knocks us out wide. I'm going to get a thumbnail here. Right then, let's get back to the action. Crutchlow shoved us out wide. Nothing we could do about that. Dovi fast lap of the race. We've compromised our final corner, and Nakagami goes clean through. Dropping down the order again. Now we need Nakagami later on the brakes into turn 1. There's, oh, it's bloody Morbidelli again trying to get back under us. So he's having a lot better race here at Argentina. Must suit him and his bike a little bit better. Like Qatar didn't suit us. Morbidelli goes through again. It's very committed. We're on the outside. That's not going to work. Send him wide if we can. We loop back underneath of him. Good run out of there. Absolutely fantastic run. Good run on Nakagami as well on the Honda. That's surprising. Late on the brakes. Oh, he makes a little bit of contact with us there. He goes a little bit wide. We hold a tighter line. We're a little bit earlier on the brakes. I don't think our braking performance is as up to scratch as the Honda. We've got Petronas go around our outside. It's still Morbidelli with us. And then braking just before the Michelin board. Chuck it into turn 7. Hopefully the AI don't come flying at us again like they did Marquez here on the previous one. But reigning world champion. He's out of the second race. Silly mistake from him, and we're around the outside Nakagami. Oh, he's back through. This is a pretty tight battle here. I think the hard tyre is working a little bit better for us on the rear as we sweep around the outside again. Once we get the traction, we get a good run, and Nakagami's gone deep. We're on a completely different line. Oh, he cuts across. Cheeky stuff from the Japanese man. Ho-ho. The Team Asia rider, what is he doing? What is he doing? But we're still stuck behind him. We've overtaken him a couple of times, but we're losing touch with the front runners now because of this. But I don't expect to be able to go with them on an Aprilia. I mean, we're in 8th place on an Aprilia. That is absolutely solid stuff, I would say. Good run out of turn 3. Oh, I couldn't pull out of the slipstream, which was sucking me in. But we're through on Nakagami. I feel like I'm gonna have to brake later to keep him at bay. Took it in at turn 5. That's much better. Still hit our apex, and we're through on Nakagami. Can we catch up to the guys ahead? Crutchlow 2.9 seconds ahead. Do I waste my tyres? Well, do I use up a lot more of my tyres now trying to like just catch up to Crutchlow? Or do I just save them a little bit, try and reinforce the 7th place? Because no doubt if I wear through the tyres, we'll start losing positions. So do I want to risk it? Do I try and manage the race a little bit? 2.8 seconds to Crutchlow. We've got a bit of clear air. I might go for a lap and see what we can do. Marquez is a P13, so we're going to have to watch out for him. He's in that pack behind. He'll be making his way back up through the grid, and he is going to be really quick around here like he always is. Dovi leading from Rossi, from Rins, from Petrucci on the other Ducati, and then we come across the line in 7th place. We've got Nakagami behind. 3.3 seconds is the gap up to Crutchlow. I don't know if we're going to have the pace to catch him. We'll try on this lap. Definitely give it a go, but we've got a big pack of bikes behind, hungry for our 7th place, and if we get swamped again, we'll lose our positions left, right and centre really quick. We don't want that to happen, but let's see what the gap is to Crutchlow now as we come through the next sector, pick the bike up. So Mir is in a bit of a battle with Marquez behind. 3.6 seconds is the gap now to Crutchlow. We've got a second back to Nakagami, but we can't let the pace drop or else he will come through, and he's got a big pack on the back of him. Miller's just got past Lorenzo. I don't know what's going on with Lorenzo. Going through turn 9. We always get a pretty decent run through turn 9. It's a lovely corner, this one. Marquez has passed Mir now. 3.3 seconds to Crutchlow. Half a second up on Nakagami now. We pulled out to 1.5 seconds ahead of the 8th place man. Now we'll come around the final corner. Dovi still leads. From Valentino is still. From Rins still. From Petrucci still. Then Vinales, Crutchlow. So no movement up the road. Although it looks like Crutchlow, he might be trying to clear Vinales. Because if you look on the mini-map, he's right there. So we're finding ourselves in a little bit of limbo. Mir's back ahead of Marquez. Marquez is back ahead of Mir. So Mir is really holding on to Marquez's progress back up through the field, which is good for us because I feel like Marquez will probably be able to get us back if we're not careful. I'll be closing in on the front 4 seconds up the road. No, definitely not. We're going to have to solidify 7th place. We've got good pace here for an Aprilia. So hopefully that will help us out. Struggling with the rear a little bit now. Rear tyre starting to go off like on the last race. Good run through turn 9. Hopefully Marquez has passed Oliveira now. He's finally cleared Mir and is going to be making his way up through the field. 4.2 seconds is the gap to Crutchlow. 1.699 to Nakagami behind. So it's all about lap times now. Blasting across the line then. Oh, trying to run it too wide. 4.7 is the gap up the road. So Dovi leads from Valentino. Valentino could get back-to-back second places. This could be good for his championship, you know. Especially with Marquez down here with me. Gonna make for an interesting season ahead. But he back-to-back second places. It's all about consistency, really, isn't it? You could get him wins and stuff, but if you can't back it up with consistent high point finishes when you're not the fastest man out on track, then you're not really a champion. But Dovi, he's going to be looking for vengeance. He used to win the championship all the time on MotoGP 18, but it looks to be like Rins is the weird one that's taking wins now. So Rins for the win. He's got 1 win at the USA, and all of a sudden he can qualify really high up. But the Suzuki is improving actually in the GP class. 0.9 of a second. Nakagami's closing. I think these tyres aren't lasting very well on this Aprilia bike, but it's nothing to worry about. Although Marquez up into P9, he's only 2 positions behind. I don't think he's going to close this in, but Marquez is going to be all over the back of Nakagami soon. So he's really recovered from his mistake, launching himself off in the track. 1.3 seconds, 5 seconds up the road, a massive snap from the rear. The tyre is not liking the end of this Grand Prix. We're coming in hot, very hot actually. Pretty good run. Missed the apex a little bit, but we're going to get away with it. Come across the final part of this corner. It's a short run to the line, and we take 7th place. I would take that. Top 10. The team will be happy. 37.7 from Dovi. We do a 39.3 in the end. So a big gap between 7th and 6th place in terms of the top 6 pace, but Nakagami ended up finishing ahead of Marquez, so that's an interesting one from him. Where is Espargaro and Iannone? Espargaro last, Iannone 21st. So we were the best person out on track now for Aprilia. Pretty interesting that. So Dovi is joint top with Rins, followed closely by Valentino, 1 point behind. He didn't get any wins, but he did get 2 second places, so that's why he's right up there. So top 3 very close in the championship. Then Danilo, Petrucci, Marquez with that little mistake here today. Vinales makes up for a poor result in Qatar. We make up for a poor result, jump up 10 places, pick ourselves up 9 points. A good points haul for us here today. And Espargaro drops 3 positions, and Iannone still has no points. So we are currently the leading Aprilia, which is good for us, good for our reputation. We launched Aprilia past KTM Tech 3, so that's good. And then constructors, it is Ducati joint with Suzuki and the Yamaha, so a pretty interesting one. We could beat KTM. That has to be the aim, beat KTM in the constructors for while we're at Aprilia, but the team are pleased with that result. I'm really pleased with that, so we make up for the poor result at Qatar. But if you missed that episode, go back and check it out. It was still an interesting episode. So for now, I will see you in the next one.